Getting to know the story behind the headlines. Akron News Now reports with more depth on the stories you need to know on WAKR News Now.
Governor John Kasich used part of an address to the Akron Roundtable luncheon recently to defend Issue 2 on the November ballot. He also made his case for voters' passage of collective bargaining restrictions on public employees in comments to reporters after his speech.
When people see the facts and understand it gets down to an issue of taxpayer fairness, you can't have people pay for somebody else that doesn't pay. I think they get it.
Kasich reacted to a Columbus Dispatch survey that found Issue 2 starting to gain more support among state residents.
There's been so much misinformation on the issue and an awful lot of fear-mongering. We'll see. It's a long way to go yet.
The governor said Issue 2 is about fairness.
I don't think this is excessive. I think this is very fair when Ohioans, other taxpaying Ohioans, are paying far more than that and don't even have a guaranteed pension.
Now, the governor said, for example, the union's claims that passage of Issue 2 would take away vital equipment from safety forces are totally untrue. Kasich also emphasized his administration's successful efforts to keep major companies from leaving Ohio when their original intention was to do so. He cited Diebold in North Canton, American Greetings in Cleveland, and Goodyear as examples of firms that decided to stay in Ohio due to the hard work of state development officials and tax and other incentives that made it attractive for them to stay put. Now, Kasich said his administration has also recreated Medicaid, saving millions of dollars, and merged physical and mental health programs. One of the main reforms has been re-emphasizing home care for the elderly.
If mom and dad are qualified for a nursing home, but they would rather stay in their own home, then we should let them stay in their own home because they'll be healthier, they'll be happier, they'll be more independent, and it is 1/5 of the cost. Now, you might say, why didn't they do this in Ohio? Well, for 30 years they thought about it, but every time they thought about it, one special interest group after another would jump up and yell, scare the politicians, and that was the end of it. So by being able to let mom and dad stay at home, we have a major breakthrough.
He said the Medicaid reforms in Ohio are now being examined across the nation as an example to control their health care costs. Larry States, AkronNewsNow.com.
More news, weather, sports, business, entertainment, and community on AkronNewsNow.com and always on WAKR News Now.